How's it going, guys? Josh Olufemii here, and this is 10 things that I liked about BTS's new music video, Dynamite. This is going to be a crazy technical production breakdown coming from me, who is a music video director as well as a video editor. I'm a big fan of K-pop music videos, and Lumpin, specifically the director and production company that made this video. Shout out to Lumpin's other name, director Young Sok Choi. Guys, remember, if you have not watched Dynamite yet, you got to watch the video first and then come back and watch this video. I believe Dynamite is actually BTS's first full English song. They have an album that's slated to release later this year, but dang did this video do well. I was on YouTube about 30 minutes after it dropped, and it already had 16 million views, which is crazy. So I want everyone watching this to know that I'm gonna be coming at this video from the perspective of a music video director who works heavily in the video production world. Some of the topics I'm gonna cover may seem a little bit technical. Most of the people on my channel, as am I, are really into this stuff, but I challenge you to stick through this video because I promise you're gonna learn some cool new things about Dynamite that only a video production nerd could accurately explain to you. Okay, so again, we're gonna cover 10 things. Number 1 is cohesive theming. So watch me bring the fire, set the night light. Alright, so I know we're only on number 1, but I'm gonna break up this topic of cohesive theming a little bit deeper than you may expect, and I'm actually gonna break up this section into 5 subsections. Theming, in general, works well in music videos because it brings all of the artistic components together to showcase a unified look. In my opinion, a great theme is restrictive enough so that it's distinguishable, but broad enough to showcase a certain amount of visual complexity. By the way, I go into a ton of detail regarding the importance of visual complexity in the K-pop music video world in this other 10-minute video, link below. So back to theming. What is the theme of Dynamite? It's something that I personally call happy, soft nostalgia. This is a perfect theme that I believe that they timely put out to gently cheer us up during this current time of self-isolation, and also to remind us of all the fun that we used to have together, and of course all the fun that we should look forward to having again soon. I believe that this theme of happy, soft nostalgia works its way throughout the video using 5 main conduits. Number 1, the actual song. Number 2, the production lighting. Number 3, the color grade. Number 4, the set design. And number 5, the wardrobe. Honing in on the song, you listen to it and you hear happy, nostalgic retro tones. It gives me the feeling of a vintage funk vibe. The consistent beat and the lighthearted lyrics emotionally leaves you pretty positive after listening to it just once. Okay, on to production lighting. You see soft, beauty lighting on their faces. This soft look is definitely complemented in camera with makeup and in post with digital makeup. Let's go into the color grade. You can immediately see the choice of a soft vintage look by the use of low contrast and low saturation. Kind of harkens back to the 60s and the 70s. Okay, let's talk about set design. The set design beautifully sticks to a soft pastel color theme, paying homage to the retro googie architecture of the 1950s and the 1960s in Los Angeles. All the cars in the background are vintage as well. And lastly, the wardrobe. It actually looks pretty amazing. Very nostalgic. You could see the references to the 60s, the 70s, the 80s, and even the 90s in the attire all throughout the video. And that's all I have to say about theming. I think they did a really good job. Number 2, I thought that it was cool that the song was in English. Now listen, I listen to K-pop a lot and I have nothing against Korean lyrics. I feel like even sometimes that Korean lyrics can sound more beautiful than English lyrics. I always applaud artists, however, when they take artistic risks and step out of their boxes. I think that this risk ended up paying off because the track sounds dope. Before we go on, guys, I'm going to tell you guys about Envato Elements. If you're watching this video, you're probably a video editor, and Envato Elements is a video editor's dream. It's a subscription service that gives you unlimited downloads of the most incredible stock footage, like cloud and fog overlays, aerial footage, fire, lightning. They also have incredible VFX packs, Premiere and After Effects templates, sound effects, royalty-free music, and literally anything you could ever want as a video editor. Just by clicking the link below, you will automatically get a free first month. You'll see that coupon for the free first month at the very end after you've finished signing up. And that's it. I use Elements literally in some regard every day. Number 3, let's talk about contrast. I love contrast. Why? Because it breaks down monotony and encourages mental engagement with a piece. In past videos, we've talked about color contrast and lighting contrast and how it pierces perceived depth. In this video, I want to talk about contrasting camera movement, or maybe lack of movement. During the first half of this video, the camera literally stays still. It's just on a tripod. And then as the video progresses, the amount of camera movement progresses until the very end where it's gliding in and out of wide shots like crazy. This notable build when it comes to camera movement really added to the excitement of the video. Staying on contrast, let's take a moment to talk about contrasting talent movement. You'll notice that the video flips back and forth between scenes when BTS are standing still and scenes when they're full out in their dance choreography. This ebb and flow, or contrast, is another way that monotony is broken. And it's interesting, having shots with less movement actually help to emphasize those shots where there's more movement. Number 4, we're going to talk about motivated camera movement. Now notice that in most cases, the camera doesn't move unless there's a visual cue telling it to move. Maybe it's a person walking to the right that informs the camera to pan in the direction that they're walking. Maybe it's someone jerking to the left, informing the need of a sudden change to a wider shot to capture full motion of the jerk. Maybe it's someone singing in the background, which informs the camera to suddenly pull focus. Maybe it's a look to the left, which informs the camera to pan to the left to see what the people are looking at. That's specifically called an action and a reaction shot in shot planning. Number 5, I really like this thing that I call actions on ad-libs. I'm talking about when they purposely add visual cues to emphasize ad-libs, which are improvised lines that are commonly thrown in songs that create these really short breaks in the melody, like what, or okay, or hey, or let's go. This is done a ton in Dynamite. Again, it just helps break the monotony, and it's just a cool surprise that I've noticed your eyes automatically look forward to seeing. I'm talking about picking up the Dynamite record at the woohoo, the finger point at hey, or the head turn at the other hey. You get the point, they're all over the place. Number 6, I really enjoyed the recognizable set design. I live in LA, and I actually recognized, I think, a lot of the locations that a lot of the choreography took place in. I believe most of these locations were just recreated either as built sets or as composited VFX backgrounds, but I think I could recognize where the inspiration of many of them possibly came from. I'm talking about the Randy Donuts in Inglewood. It's a really famous filming location whose claim to fame stems from the giant donut attached to its roof. The record shop reminded me of Amoeba Music in Hollywood. The disco building really reminded me of the sketchy parking lot near this Subway I used to begrudgingly eat at on Hollywood Boulevard. And the scene in the field looks like Big Sky Ranch in Simi Valley. They shoot so much stuff at Big Sky Ranch. I think that's where they shot Little House on the Prairie. Number 7, I really liked the retro choreography. BTS always puts a ton of work into getting their choreography just right, and I appreciated how they took the time to match the vintage theme of the video by adding retro elements to their moves. Number 8, and I've mentioned this in the past, I love K-pop's use in general of match cuts. This is when the editor matches up two scenes with identical choreo and cuts between them so that the choreo movement stays the same and only the background changes. This is just a really cool way to hide cuts. Number 9, I really enjoyed something that I call natural looking compositing. I believe that many of these shots were actually made with BTS dancing in front of a green screen. The background would have been then built up and composited together in a program, say like After Effects. Production did a really good job of making sure that the lighting of BTS matched the lighting of the background that they were being artificially placed in. So for example, if the background was an outside scene that took place at sunset, the production crew inside the studio made sure to light BTS with a warm horizontal light from the side that matched the direction and intensity of the light in the VFX background. This successfully sells the perception that BTS was really there outside, dancing in the sun and not really inside, dancing in front of a green screen. And number 10, I loved the visual caps. I believe that a visual masterpiece is nothing without a captivating beginning and a captivating end. And the team really nailed this with Dynamite. Think about how Dynamite started. The camera dollies in, you see a hand go up into a gunshot motion as if saying the race has begun, it's time for this video to start. And then the video ends really casually with sunglasses being put on and a smile. It was just two bookends that worked perfectly. Thanks so much for watching, guys. These were just opinions. I really liked the video. If you guys have not watched the video, make sure to watch it first before you end up watching this video. I got 2 extra videos for you to watch right here. And remember to get your free month of Envato Elements by clicking the link below in the description. And lastly, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And as always, remember to keep it chill.